Now I am going to start another bridge course topic where the name is acids, bases and salts. The earliest criteria for the characterization of acids and bases were observed properties in aqueous solutions. Now let us look into the characteristic properties of acids and bases. Characteristics of acids and bases. First I am going to explain acids. Acids are sour in taste. The first characteristic property of acids is acids are sour in taste. And another characteristic property of acids is acids turn blue litmus paper to red color. So acids turn blue litmus paper to blue color litmus paper to red color is called an acids. Next, another important characteristic property of acids is acids react with bases to form salt and water. But here the point is acids neutralize bases. Acids react with bases to form NaCl plus H2O. This reaction is called as a neutralization reaction. Acid, base, salt and water. I am taking here acid neutralizes bases. This is the point. Next, another property of this acids is acids when they, one more example you can take in this case HNO3. HNO3 react with potassium hydroxide KOH gives rise to KNO3 potassium nitrate plus H2. So acid nitric acid react with potassium hydroxide base to form salt and water. This is another example for the neutralization reaction. Next, we can look at another important characteristic property of acids is acids react with metals. I am taking zinc metal. Acid reacts with metal. Hydrochloric acid taking the lead to the formation of ZnCl2 plus H2. If the point is acids react with metals liberate hydrogen gas. Acids react with metals liberate hydrogen gas. You can take one more example, magnesium taking. So magnesium react with HCl gives rise to MgCl2 plus H2. So the point fourth characteristic property of acids is acids react with metal form gives liberates hydrogen gas. Now let us look into the characteristic properties of bases. Bases. So first point regarding the bases is bases are bitter in taste. So they are bitter in taste. And another important point is opposite to the acids. Acids turn blue litmus paper to red. Opposite you can take bases turn red color litmus paper into blue color. So red litmus paper turn into blue color. It is a characteristic property of bases. And another important point is bases neutralize acids. I am taking example of NaOH plus HCl gives rise to NaCl plus H2O. Now we got it out. So sir, here also you wrote same equation, here also you took the same equation, but what is the difference? Here I am taking sodium, I am explaining the point in terms of sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide I am taking the explanation purpose. Here I took the example as acid. Acid neutralize base, but here base neutralize acid. But the ultimate product is salt and water. And another important characteristic property of bases is bases are soapy to touch. So bases are soapy to touch. Next, so these are some characteristic properties of acids and bases. Now let us learn about some modern concepts of acids and bases. Exactly how do we define the acid? So to explain the modern concept of acid bases, I am taking argineous acid base theory. Simply argineous acids and bases. Argineous acids and bases. So first I am taking argineous acid. Argineous acid. how do we define aragonous acid and how do we define aragonous base? As is the definition. A substance when a substance produces a hydrogen ion or proton when they dissolve in the water is called as a aragonous acid. So first let us write some points related to the aragonous acid basically to explain that, to give the definition. So H plus ion is also called as a hydrogen ion. It is also called as a proton. And we have to take OH minus ion. OH minus called as a hydroxide ion or a hydroxyl ion. Third one is a H3O plus ion. It is called as a hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. So by taking these terms, we can define the aragonous acids and bases. First I am taking aragonous acid. When a substance will be dissolved in the water, they produce proton or hydrogen. That substances are called as acids. I am taking example HCl. When HCl will be dissolved in the water, the product is H plus Cl minus. HCl gives us H plus Cl minus. So this we are calling as an acid, that we have to call it as aragonous acid, because when hydrochloric acid dissolved in the water, it will produce a hydrogen ion or proton. So by taking this, we can define aragonous acid as a substance produce a hydrogen ion when they dissolve in the water is called as a aragonous acid. Let us take one more example. I am taking HNO3. Whenever the HNO3 will be dissolved in the water, the product is H plus NO3 minus. Here is nitric acid also produce hydrogen ion when dissolved in the water. We can take for example H2SO4. The product is H plus 2H plus SO4 minus 2 protons is there. This sulfuric acid will produce 2 protons in water, 2 hydrogen ions. It is also considered acid. You can take one best example H3PO4. When it will be dissolved in the water, we will get 3 protons, 3H plus PO4 minus 3. If you look at all these examples, all the cases the ultimate one product is H plus. So you got what I mean. So any substance when dissolved in the water will produce a hydrogen ion is called as a aragonous acid or simply an acid. Then coming to the bases. I am writing here bases. And one more definition is that for acid, by taking hydronium ions we can define acid. Hydronium H plus, and what is the H plus is liberated. This reaction is highly reactive. In turn, this H plus immediately react with the water molecule, leading to the formation of H3O plus. So hydronium ion. By taking this one also we can define acid. Any substance when they dissolve in the water, that will liberate proton. That proton will react with the water molecule, will produce hydronium ion. Such substances are called as an acids. Or when a substance when it dissolved in water will produce H plus, that H plus will react immediately with water, will produce hydronium ion. Any substance will produce hydronium ion when they dissolve in the water is called as an acid. So in terms of hydronium ion we can define acid. Now coming to the bases. Bases, I am taking example of sodium hydroxide. NaOH when we dissolved in water will dissociate into N plus plus Na plus OH minus. In aqueous medium, the sodium hydroxide is ionized into Na plus and OH minus. Ionization meaning is the molecule gives rise to the respective ions. Molecule converting into ions, the process is called as ionization. So in ionization process, so Na plus and we got OH minus here. So when a substance dissolved in the water will produce a hydroxide ion, or they also called as a hydroxyl ion. That substances we have to call as bases. Let us take one more example. I am taking magnesium hydroxide, MgOH taken twice. When this magnesium hydroxide dissolved in the water, the product is Mg plus 2 plus 2OH minus. So it is also a basic compound because producing OH minus ion. Let us take one more example of aluminium hydroxide, AlOH taken thrice. When aluminium hydroxide is dissolved in water, the product is Al plus 3 plus 3 OH minus. So aluminium hydroxide also base. So by taking this, look at all the cases, the ultimate one product is OH minus ion. A substance will produce OH minus ion or hydroxide ion or hydroxyl ion when dissolved in water. That substances are called as bases. I am repeating one more. Arrhenous base is defined as the substance when dissolved in the water, they produce a hydroxide ion or hydroxyl ion or OH minus in water. OH minus ion when they dissolve in water is called as arrhenous bases. So arrhenous acid and arrhenous base, simply difference is it will produce H plus, it will produce OH minus. That is the difference. Now arrhenous acid base theory do not explain the acidic and basic character of all the substances. This arrhenous acid base theory has certain limitations. Let us look into the limitations of arrhenous acid and bases. The first limitation of arrhenous acid bases is using of aqueous medium. Suppose when a substance is insoluble in aqueous medium, aqueous water, when a substance is insoluble in water, we cannot predict the substance is an acid or a base. Example purpose I am taking silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide is nothing but a sand. It is a sand. When a sand is dissolved in the, when a sand is added to the water, this sand is insoluble. Whenever insoluble, one more important point is this is acidic oxide. Experimentally found out silicon dioxide is acidic oxide, but it is insoluble in water. So insoluble sense it does not produce in H plus ions. According to arrhenous water, a substance will produce H plus ion in water, they are called as acids. But silicon dioxide do not produce an H plus ion because it is insoluble. Even though it is insoluble in water, but it is acidic in nature. This is one limitation of arrhenous. Simply using of water to decide the acidic or basic compound is one limitation. Application of water. And the second important limitation of arrhenous acid base theory is ammonia, basic nature of ammonia. So ammonia is a basic compound. Ammonia is a basic oxide, basic compound. But arrhenous acidic basic theory do not explain the basic nature of this ammonia, because according to arrhenous base in the sense what they must liberate hydroxide or hydroxyl ion or OH minus ion. But here is there is no OH minus ion. Oxygen is not there at all. The oxygen is not there. How it will liberate OH minus? So the base in the sense according to arrhenous they must produce OH minus, but ammonia unable to produce OH minus ion. So according to arrhenous, the ammonia is not a basic compound, but actually ammonia is a basic compound. And this is one limitation. And the third limitation is carbon dioxide. It is acidic oxide. Acidic oxide. Carbon dioxide is acidic oxide, but according to arrhenous, acid in the sense they must produce H plus ion, hydrogen ion. But carbon dioxide do not contain any H plus. H plus is not there. H plus is not there in the carbon dioxide. How we the arrhenous theory do not explain the acidic character of carbon dioxide. So these are some limitations. First limitation is using application of water. Without the water, we cannot decide acid or a base. And some basic compound, some substances are basic, but according to arrhenous, we cannot explain. Some compounds are acidic, even though they are acidic, arrhenous acid base theory do not explain them. So this is acids, bases, and salts. Next, we will look into the more strength of acids and bases. Now let us look into the strength of acids and bases. Strength of acids and bases. So acids and bases are broadly two types of based on their strength. One is strong acid and weak acid. The second is strong base and weak base. Now let us first look into the strong acids. Strong acid. The strong acid is an acid which ionizes completely. When acid ionizes completely, that acid is called as a strong acid. That too, ionization is 100%. The ionization is 100%, that acid is called as a strong acid. I already mentioned ionization meaning is, suppose I am taking hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid dissociates into H plus plus Cl minus. If you take 1 mole of hydrochloric acid, 1 mole, will produce 1 mole of H plus and produce 1 mole of Cl minus. So 1 mole of HCl, 1 mole of all the molecules of HCl completely converting into 1 mole of H plus and 1 mole of Cl. So ionization is 100%. Ionization meaning is molecules are converting into their respective ions. So the conversion of molecule into the respective ions, constituent particles of ions is called as ionization. So in the ionization process is 100%, that acid is a strong acid. So another example of the strong acid I am taking HNO3. Whenever HNO3 will be dissolved in the water, will produce H plus plus NO3 minus. If we take this one also 1 mole, will produce 1 mole of H plus and 1 mole of NO3 minus. So this is strong acid. Next one is weak acid. The weak acid is an acid which do not ionize, which do not produce all the ions from their molecules. So which do not ionize 100%, such acid is we have to call as a weak acid. Example for the weak acid is CH3COOH, acetic acid. Whenever acetic acid will dissolve in water, will produce CH3COO minus plus H plus. But in this case, if we take 1 mole of this acetic acid, but we won't get 1 mole of H plus and 1 mole of Cl minus. So because it is not dissociating 100%. So dissociation is less than 100%. Such acids are weak acids. Strong acid is ionization is 100%. Weak acid is do not ionize completely. The ionization is less than 100%. Then strong bases. Next one is strong bases. Strong bases are the bases which ionize completely. Example taking sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Whenever NaH will be dissolved in the water, will produce Na plus plus OH minus. OH minus. Here also, the base which ionize completely, ionization is 100%. Ionization is 100%, we have to call them as a strong base. So I am taking 1 mole of this sodium hydroxide, we are going to get 1 mole of Na plus and 1 mole of OH minus. We can take one more example, potassium hydroxide, KOH will produce K plus plus OH minus. If ionization is 100%, we are calling as strong base. Opposite that only, how weak acids are behaved, the similar way weak bases will behave. So weak base. Weak base is a base which do not ionize completely. So ionization is less than 100%. Example, you can take NH4OH. Whenever NH4OH will be added to the aqueous medium and produce NH4 plus ion plus OH minus ion. Here is ammonium hydroxide do not ionize completely. So this is a weak base. Based on the strength, acids are two types of bases are two types of acids are strong, weak, bases are strong, weak. Ionization is 100%. That means acid or base, we have to call them strong acid, strong base. When the acids and bases do not ionize completely, we have to call them as either weak acid or weak base. So far what we have learned in this discourse topic, acid and bases and salts. Already I mentioned salt. Salt is an outcome product of reaction between the acids and bases. Acid react with base to form salt and water. Now so far what we learned in the discourse topic. So we learned about characteristic properties of acids. Acids are sour in taste. Acids are turn blue litmus paper to red color. Acids neutralize bases and acids liberate hydrogen gas when they react with the metals. Now we will discuss about castic properties of bases. Bases are bitter in taste, bases neutralize acids, bases turn red litmus paper into blue color, and bases are soapy to touch. And we define the acid and bases by taking the concept of arsenous acid base theory by taking these three points. So H plus is called as hydrogen ion, proton OH minus is called as hydroxyl ion, hydroxyl ion, H3O plus ion is called as hydronium ion. By taking H plus, we can define any substance will produce H plus ion when they dissolved in the water is called as acid, that to arsenous acid. Any substance will produce hydronium ion when they dissolved in the water is called as acid. And any substance will produce hydroxide ion when they dissolved in the water are called as bases, that to arsenous bases. And we will discuss about limitations of arsenous acid base theory. So some substances are insoluble in the water, but we cannot decide the acidic or basic because we are applying water. The second is some compounds are basic in nature, but even though they won't contain OH minus ion. And some substances are acidic in nature, even though they won't contain H plus ion. H plus OH minus is base, H plus is acid. So these are certain limitations of arsenous acid base theory. So next time we will come up with another rich course topic.